Hi guys, and welcome to LocoLama YouTube channel. My name is Natasha and I will be your host today. Today I would like to introduce myself a little bit because I didn't do it for a long time, and I know last while we had some new subscribers, and welcome to new subscribers and welcome to the ones who were here for a while. And I'm so happy to see you at this video episode where I will talk everything about knitting related in June that happened in my life. So as I said, my name is Natasha and I live here in Canada, in Manitoba, with my husband and 5 children. I have 2 teenagers, 17 and 15-year-old, 2 girls, and also I have some toddlers. Son, he's 5, and a daughter, she's 3.5, and also a baby who is she's only 9 months old. And my oldest daughter actually graduated this month from school, from grade 11, and it was very interesting graduation because of the COVID-19 and all quarantine and all the restrictions we have here. So graduation, like we thought there would be no graduation at all, but some restrictions were down, so we were able to have a graduation, only one person, one graduate at the time, and that person who was graduated was able to bring with them 18 people. So it was quite fun. So we went dress shopping last moment. We went and we had wonderful graduation, and I'll try to insert some pictures in the end of this episode about our graduation, because it's like very big, interesting celebration we had. So, and today I would like to jump into my finished objects, and first one, I'm just getting ready here. It's a Silvia Sweater by Sari Nordlund, which I was knitting in this yarn, ice. So I held 2 strands of ice yarn. Ice yarn, it's wool, alpaca, stellina, and some polyamide. And also this one was half acrylic, half wool, 50-50. And 1 strand of this yarn, and I had just a little bit left, and I'm thinking to knit matching socks for myself. So where I will be wearing sweater, then I can wear matching socks. So I'll pause the video and I'll put on sweater on myself because I would like to show you. But we have very hot summer. It's plus 33 today, so this woolly sweater would be a bit too hot to sit through the whole podcast, but a few minutes I can handle. So here we are. First, before I show you this sweater, I would like to tell you how I was inspired to knit this sweater, because behind every item we make handmade, there is some inspiration. So first time I saw this sweater at Sari Nordlund's podcast. I'll link below this video, link to her podcast, Sari Knits. So first time I saw it on her. So she designed this sweater for Navita magazine. She's also designer for Navita, and also she has her own patterns available on Ravelry. But what I like about Sari, that all patterns that I knitted from her patterns, they fit perfectly. They have perfect fit, at least for me. That's what I like about her very much. I'm sure there is some other designers whose patterns fit perfectly too, but I'm just talking about Sari right now. So she was in this sweater in her podcast, and when I saw it, I loved it so much. And then on Instagram I saw also the sweater Silvia featured. It was on the model, and she was standing by the horse and wind was blowing, like, you know, and she was walking on the farm in this sweater, and I loved it so much. So it's a Silvia sweater from Sari Nordlund. You can find it on Ravelry, or you can also find it on Navita website, and this pattern is available for free. And I'll get up and show you. So it's a little bit oversized sweater. What I like about it very much, It has some cable stitches up front and some seat stitch on the sides, and sleeves are also made in seat stitch. And on the back it has same pattern. And what I like about that sweater, like now I'm wearing a dress, so you can, it looks really great with a dress, and also it looks very good with jeans or even sweats or leggings. So it's like kind of a dressy sweater which you can wear to the occasions, and also you can you can just wear it in different yeah, different types of if you're attending, like, I don't know, I just love it so much. Probably my English vocabulary is not as big to describe you where you can wear it and how much I love it. So I was knitting it for a long time. I started it in November and now it's June and I just finished it, but I had some, like, I had to wait for knitting needles next size, and then I had so many other projects on my needles, but I always kept working on this one. And now this sweater is done and I never got tired of it, and I'm sure it will get a lot of wear when weather will cool down a little bit. So that's how it looks, and I love it, absolutely love it. Thank you, Sari, for creating such a beautiful sweater. And now I'll pause my video again and I'll take it off, and then I'll tell you about my other projects. My next finished object also has a little bit of story behind it. So my sister, she's expecting a baby, and we don't know if it would be boy or girl, but still I wanted to prepare a present for the baby. Even though I don't know if it would be boy and girl, I thought I'll try to choose something natural that can fit both. So when I went to the store, I found this beautiful sleeping sack for baby, and as you can see, those colors, gray, and this one actually, it's not blue, it's kind of like I forgot the name of this color, but it's kind of bluish greenish color. I don't know. And when I saw this sack, I just thought that it would match perfectly, go perfectly for boy or girl. Like if you would have a pink top with this slipper, then it would look like for a girl, or if you would have blue, then it would look like for a boy. And also I really wanted to buy a panda toy, but I couldn't find one. So I saw this elephant and I just thought, oh, he's matching. He's here perfectly for this set. And the reason I'm showing you, not because I want to show you a present that I bought for my sister, it's afghans that I made, and it goes so nicely together. I just love it so much. Okay, so I'll put this aside and I can show you more. These afghans that I made, I used Bernat Baby Blanky Softy yarn stripes, and I used, like, this one cake, one ball comes like 300 grams ball, and it has 200 meters, so I used 3 balls like that, 3 big balls, because I wanted this afghan, I didn't want this afghan to be just like, you know, just for car seat or just for a stroller. I wanted a decent size, big blanket the baby can use for long time. So this one is 115 centimeters wide and 120 centimeters in height. So it's really nice and beautiful. So that's my second finished object that I made this in June, and that will go to my sister soon, because baby is supposed to be born in September, sometimes in September. So it was nice to make this present a little bit ahead of time, especially if she comes visit me anytime soon, then I can give it to her and she can decide if she wants to open it with a vase, or maybe she wants to open it after baby will be born, but then that way I don't have to send this heavy blanket, it's 900 grams in the mail. Okay, so, and my next finished object would be socks. which I knitted out of this yarn, paint box yarn, and colorway is zebra. I really was like, I saw somewhere on the advertisement this yarn, and I really wanted socks for myself out of zebra colorway. So I finished them. They're on the sock blockers, but they're still wet because I just finished them, and I covered my blockers with a Serena wrap because looks like this wood doesn't like wet socks on them. So just did regular heel flap. I was knitting them top down, and I also have enough for second pair because for this first pair I used up only 52 grams and I have 48 grams left here. But second pair I don't want to knit plain black and white. I would like to do heels and toes different color, maybe red, maybe pink. I don't know which yarn to use yet, but I'll definitely be knitting second pair, and they will have some color to it. And my next finished object are also socks, which I knitted in Opal Cotton Premium, and this colorway is 9844. Doesn't have a name. Yeah. So it's really pretty, and I knitted socks for my daughter and I gave them to her for her graduation. So I don't have them with me right now, but I did a short video where I showed you finished socks. So I'll insert it now that you can see it, and then from there we will move into a second part of my video where I'll talk about VIPs. Guys, I would like to show you my finished object that I finished this month. Why I would like to videotape it separately, it's because tomorrow I'll give them to my daughter for her graduation, but I would like to show them to you before they are gone. So I knitted them in Opal Cotton Premium yarn, and it's about 30% cotton, 30% polyamide, and 30% wool. And I really enjoyed working with this yarn because it's really pleasant to the touch and also summer friendly, and I'm sure I would like to work with this yarn more because it's really nice yarn, I would say. That's my finished object. When I went to look at my VIPs, I remember that I have one more finished object, and it's these beautiful socks. I knitted them out of Annabelle. So these socks, designer is Annabelle Williams, and also she's a dyer behind Annabelle Williams Textiles yarn, and it's a natural 100% Romney sock yarn. It's a sock yarn with pure wool, which doesn't have any nylon in it. And the story behind these socks, I saw on Instagram that Annabelle designed these socks and she was looking for test knitters. It was a while ago, long time ago, and I really wanted to participate in test knitting these beautiful, gorgeous socks. But I really wanted to knit them up from the yarn which she had in mind when she was designing them, because she was designing them out of her yarn, and yarn wasn't for sale yet at that time because she wanted to release yarn and pattern at the same time. So I contacted her personally and I asked her if I can buy some of her yarn to test knit her socks, and she was kind enough. So you saw this yarn in my podcast before, and now socks are ready. And this pattern called Natural Beauty Socks, and this pattern is available for free on Ravelry. Also, you can purchase this yarn from her. I'll try to leave links under this video so it would be easier for you to find it. But yarn is absolutely amazing. The color is amazing, and what I like about socks, like it has this gentle lacy pattern and interesting heel. They are knitted from toe up, and here is a loose bind off, and I'll show you how they look from. And I never knitted this heel before, but they sit perfectly, like they I don't know how to say it, but they fit so perfectly and they're so comfortable. Now I just need to wait until colder weather comes so I can wear them. But if you are interested in this pattern, I'll leave link below and you can go and download this pattern for free. This pattern is very well written and tag edited, like it's just a pleasure to work with it. Like I just feel like this pattern shouldn't be for free, it should be for sale, but it's up to her to decide what she wants to do with her patterns. But just so you know, it would be very easy to knit and everything is done perfectly. So let's move to my VIPs. As we are talking about socks, so let's continue talking about socks. I have one half finished object, this pair of one sock from Pear, and it was knitted out Felici fingering weight yarn, and this colorway is a hamburger, as you can see. So it's a mustard and some sauce, bread, sauce, mustard, and then meat and lettuce and tomato, and again bread, sauce. And I didn't know how colors will lie down in this sock when I just had yarn. So I just started to knit, and it happened that my then I decided to use contrasting color for toes and heel. So, and I don't have very big choice of yarn, so whatever I found, it was this cream Lion brand yarn, which I like very much. So I decided to make white, like creamy heels, and that's a first sock, and that's my other sock. It's ready for heel, and after I knit heel, I'll just keep knitting. And so that's my second sock, a second ball. So, and here I will have enough for second pair, but second pair I want to start with brown, and I would like to use contrasting brown color brown. I have brown a little bit darker than this one, so I think I'll do second pair that my heels and toes will have darker color, so it wouldn't get dirty as quickly, because light colors, even if you wash them, sometimes they don't wash off very well. And also I have started another project, sock project, and this yarn is Lion brand yarn, and colorway is Rock Candy. It's very beautiful color. I think for men's socks it would be perfect. So I love this 9-inch circular needles, and I knit socks usually in the dark at night when I rock my baby and feed my baby, because she's teething and she requires a lot of my time. So you see how many socks I managed to finish this month. So while I'm working on a heel or toes for my other pair, I need something to knit in that moment. So I just started a new pair, and I would like to knit socks for my husband for Christmas, and I think it's a nice colorway for men's socks, and he has very big foot, size 13, so it would be nice to start working ahead of time, so I won't be overstressed before Christmas. It's my second VIP. That's it about socks. Next VIP that I have on my needles, it's from this yarn, Go Handmade, that I bought at the site hobby. It's stencil bamboo. It's really nice and soft yarn, and I really like this color very much, and it's silky yarn. I think it would look good on me, and I'm knitting top out of this yarn. This yarn is very pleasant to the touch, but it's very hard to work with because it wants to split, and you need to work on I'm working on two 75mm needles, and that's how far I got. But it's very nice and drapey yarn. So I'm knitting from bottom up, top. Probably will just knit kind of like, it would be a little bit R shape and maybe just a small sleeve. We'll see how much yarn I have. So just the first ball, and that's how far I've got. I don't know how it will look after blocking, but it's really nice and stretchy fabric. I think it would be really nice top to wear. So next project that I have on my needles, it's out of this yarn. It's Cortel. Other words, Cortel. It's acrylic yarn and it's waxed. And I'm holding one strand of Cortel. It's waxed because it's a yarn on cone. And second strand, it's a kid silk from Drops. It's a cream color. And that's a yarn from cone. It has a bit stellina in it, so you can't really see, but it looks really nice. Very nice, soft yarn and pleasant to the touch. Very nice and pleasant. And I'm knitting out of it kind of like habitation, not kind of, it's habitation throw. I'm using pattern habitation throw. But habitation throw was designed to use mini skeins, or you can use any just one color yarn. That's what I'm doing, and that's how it's turning out. But it was last 2 weeks was so hot, so I couldn't really work on it because it was really warm. But I hope I'll get back to it because I would like the blanket to be finished by end of August maybe, so I can my baby can use it in a car seat, like, you know, or if I take her out of car seat and carrying her into building when it's a little bit colder, so it would be nice to have something soft and cuddly to wrap her up, or she can cuddle with it while we are driving. So that's my another VIP. And one more thing what I started to work, because after I finished my Silvia sweater, I thought, why I'm working only, like, you know, on winter woolly projects, and I have so much summer yarn that is just in my stash and I'm not using it. And so in my stash last year I bought this beautiful linen. It's a chain, linen on a chain, and it's Birocco Indio. If you didn't try this linen yarn, like, it's must try yarn. Like, it just this yarn is amazing, and many people say that it's very hard to knit out of linen. This yarn is very easy to work with, probably because linen is not stretchy, but because this one is a chain, so it's very easy to work with, very easy. It doesn't split, it doesn't catch us on needles, it's a little bit stretchy, and fabric I would say a bit rough. It's not as soft as wool, right, because it's linen, but still it's very pleasant to the touch. And I read a lot about linen, and it says in many places that it will soften up with wearing. Plus it's machine washable. So, and I have this colorway scarlet, and this darker one, it's a charcoal. So I'm knitting kind of raglan construction, but it would be kind of longer raglan, and I don't know, I'll just knit down. I separated for sleeves, and I'll just knit from top down, and that's just my third ball. So 2 balls were about here, so it's my third ball, and I have 6 of them. Altogether it was 7. So I'm planning to have 1 ball for each sleeve, and the rest I'm planning to knit down, but we'll see. And really nice. If you would like to try linen and you never knitted with linen, so I think this one would be perfect yarn to try. You can find it I don't know, some online stores. I saw on Amazon, I saw Love Knitting has some. That's where I got mine. I'm not sure if they have any in stock now, because usually they bring in summery yarns before summer, right? Okay, and also another VIP that I have that I was working on, it's mohair tweed from Burnbull Gallery. She sells different kinds of tweeds and yak and camel yarns, like all luxury natural yarns. You can find at her store. I will leave link below this video. It's 70% merino, 30% kit mohair, and I bought this yarn at the craft sale, and it's my second ball. As you can see, I'm just knitting from the needle. It's 100-gram balls, and I managed to knit already top. It will be V-shaped neck. I didn't connect a body yet here at the V. And now I managed to knit one sleeve. If you knit it ever with tweed, you know that you should knit it longer than you need, because yarn will bloom and also it will shrink a little bit. So it's one sleeve is done, and second sleeve is almost done. I'm just working on the cuff right now. So I have now a big scarf. Okay, and then after that I'll work on the body, and I have pretty raglan here, lines for raglan. And can you imagine, like, I finished 2 sleeves and a top, and I'm just on my second ball. So tweed yarns, they are amazing yarn wise. Like 300 grams would be enough for probably even large sweater. Maybe not. I'm not a specialist with tweed, but I know that I'll have pretty long sweater. Maybe I'll make it even like tunic out of it. We'll see. Okay, and the last VIP that I'm working on, it's my sweater geologist, which I'm working in Knit Peaks straw. It's fingering. It's a sock yarn, merino wool, nylon, very nice soft yarn. And I told you already that back is done. Now I was working on the front piece, and as you can see, front is ready. Like one shoulder is almost ready, just a little bit left, and then I'll knit second shoulder. Okay, that's long here, second shoulder. And when I'm done with second shoulder, then I'll just do seams on the shoulders, and then I'll work on a neckband, and after that I'll do sleeves. And sleeves will go very quick for me, because I usually use short needles, and I just go around and around and around, and it's almost like knitting socks. That's all my VAPs and all my finished objects. And then I would like to show you some yarn inquiries. But before I show you yarn inquiries, I would like to show you my orchid that started to bloom. I got this orchid as a present 2 Christmases ago from my daughter Abigail, and it was blooming at the time I got it, but then it of course stopped blooming, but I was still taking care of it, and it didn't die, because all orchids I had before, they always die and they never bloom again. But this one, look at that. It has just so many flowers, and it bloomed and made me so happy. So last week I decided to go to Michael's, because I had this idea, because it's summer now, and I thought maybe they have some sock yarn on sale. So I stopped by at the store and I got some sock yarn. Yes, I was right, they had it on sale, but plus they had amazingly beautiful cotton yarns that I couldn't leave at the store, so I got a few balls. So I got those two balls. Each ball is 200 grams, and in 200 grams we have 360 meters, and it's interestingly wound, and also it has very nice colors, and it dyed, kind of like reminds me of a hand-dyed yarn. But I know it's probably not hand-dyed because it's from Michael's. but I love it very, very much. So I got two balls, two same balls, only because I want to knit top, and maybe even one ball would be enough for a top without sleeves, but I would like my stripes to be wider. So I thought maybe I'll start knitting from both balls, and every other row, like, you know, knit one row from this ball, one row from this ball, so that you know, finish one, for example, mustard color, but then blue color, and work two balls at the same time. So maybe it would give me wider stripes. Maybe they will be wide anyways, I don't know, I didn't try this yarn yet. So I got that colorway and almost the same other two balls. There was so many different colors, and here I have even needles waiting for me to start knitting. So that's cotton color, so you can see how it looks. Very pleasant to the touch, this yarn. And also I got some sock yarn. These two are Lion brand yarns. This one is toffee, and this one is colorway called cotton candy, of course. Then I got two yarns from Peyton's, and it's also sock yarn. It was also on sale, and it's 4-ply, and it has in 50 grams, it has 150 meters, so it's not exactly fingering yarn, so it will give me a little bit warmer socks. And also I saw this yarn, I never tried it before. It's called Perfect Pair, and it makes 2 pairs, and pattern is included inside. It's 100 grams for 115 meters, and it feels like cotton with viscose bamboo, but actually it has 70% acrylic, 23 viscose from bamboo, and 7% polyamide. So it's kind of like summery socks. We'll make summery socks. So I decided to buy and try it. And somebody, I showed it on Instagram, and somebody wrote me that she used this yarn and she liked it very much. So we'll see if I like it or not. But I got some new sock yarns which I will use, because as I said, I'm new to knitting socks and I really enjoyed it. Some people start knitting with socks, but I started with sweaters, cardigans and stuff like that, and now I'm really interested in socks. So I'm knitting lots of socks, and I want to try lots of different kinds of yarns, just to have my own opinion which sock yarns I love and which I don't. So, and then I'll use the ones I love. That's it for today. That was all about my knitting life in June. I hope next month I will maybe put on hold some of my woolly objects, and I will start knitting more from cotton, just to make some tops for myself, I guess. We'll see. I like, you know, with quarantine and COVID and everything, it just gives so much stress. So with my hobby, I'm trying not to stress out myself, not just to finish objects what I have. I just kind of go as I feel. If I feel to cast on something new, I do. If I feel like working on a project I have, that's what I do. If you be so kind, write me in the comments how you're doing with your knitting. Are you a person who works on one project and you work on one project and you have result much quicker than I do, or do you like to prefer to work on 3 projects, or maybe like on 10 projects like I do? I think for me would be perfect about 5 projects, but now I guess I have too many, but that's okay. That's hobby, and we just do what we feel like, right? Okay, so it was nice chatting to you today, talking to you, and I hope to see you again next month. Bye bye.